So how do you really know when the knife is sharp?
Well, I think the thing that most people miss when they're sharpening, and it really goes to the heart of sharpening theory, is that they fail to create a burr on each side of the knife.
What exactly is a burr?
It's just a little wire edge that hangs over from one side. So let's say I'm sharpening on this side. When this bevel finally reaches the actual edge of the knife, I'm going to get a little bit of metal hanging over this side. And you can feel it with your finger really easily.
Oh, right. Yep.
And that always happens on the side that's opposite the one that you've been sharpening.
Okay.
So if I've got a burr now on this side, my job is to make a few passes on this side and see if I've got a burr hanging, and you can definitely feel it. It's already there.
Indeed.
And what that tells me is that both bevels are finally coming together at a very fine point. And that's how you're going to begin to form your wicked edge. And once you've got a burr, then you're just going to kind of straighten it up, and you're ready to switch to the next set of stones and begin removing the scratches from the coarser set that you had used before that. And once you've created the burr one time, it's not important to do it on every set of stones. You've established the bevel and the edge is formed, and now all you have to do is polish it.
So you just continue through the different stones on that same pattern?
Exactly. So I started with the red stones, which were 100 grit. I got to where I had created a burr on one side and then on the other.
Okay.
And then I switched stones to the 200 grit, which is the orange here. And I just do a few passes like this. And when I feel the resistance kind of starting to fade, and I know that I've knocked off the big ridges and the little valleys, then I know it's time to switch these stones out in favor of the next higher grit. So I'm going to grab the yellow stones now, and these are the 400 grit stones, and I just slide them on, and I just keep going on the same motion. And the more I polish it and the more I cycle through the stones, the more wicked the edge gets. Well, as you're cycling through the stones, each finer grit is replacing the scratches from the grit before. So if you look in really close now, you can see it's starting to get a very nice polished look, and the big deep grooves from the coarse stones are starting to disappear.
Sure.
And that just continues more and more as you cycle through the grits. So I just switched to the 600, and after just a few passes, you really see the difference there. Now it's got a really nice polish to it.
Well, not only do you see it, but you can also hear it as you're going through. It sounds a lot more smoother.
Absolutely. There's a much less rough sound to it. You feel it in your hands too. Give it a try.
Oh yeah. Fairly easy to use.
Absolutely. Once you get the motion down,
right,
and it's pretty simple, it really just becomes intuitive. And honestly, I could sit here and talk to you all day and not even look at what I'm doing.
Almost meditative.
Absolutely. A lot of people say that about it. So, edge is looking really nice. If you feel it, it's already very sharp. This is a great edge for cooking with, for cutting vegetables and chopping.
Hence, wicked edge.
Exactly. So, from these stones, you can go on to some of the accessories that we offer. These are the 800,000, and they're just moving up in grit, and what it means is just that the diamonds on this surface are smaller than the diamonds on the other stones that we have, and so the scratches that are created are going to be even smaller, and the edge is going to have a more polished surface.
Sure. Now, once you've gone through the whole cycle with this particular knife, and you're going to resharpen it a few months from now, at what color or what grade do you start at?